Guys, do not watch the trailer to this movie. Just go out and see it and be surprised. Seriously. Midnight Special came out a little while ago. It's in limited release. It happened to be in a theater near me. It stars Michael Shannon, Kirstin Dunst, Joel Edgerton, and Adam Driver. And basically it's about a dad doing what he believes is the right thing for his son. And that's all I'm going to say about it because there are so many surprises in this movie. I watched the trailer to this. It doesn't really give anything away, but honestly, do not watch the trailer if you haven't already seen it. If you have already seen it, don't watch it again. Just go see this movie if it's playing near you, or drive 100 miles to the nearest theater to see where it's playing because this movie needs to be seen. It is amazing. Right off the bat, this movie has this mysterious edge to it where you're watching it and you're hooked right away. You're just hooked because you're like, man, what's going on? And you're kind of confused, but in a good way. The kind of confused where you're like, oh man, I want to know what's going on here. Why is this happening? Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? I gotta know. And then throughout the movie, they just throw another thing in there where you're like, oh man, that's interesting. Oh man, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. My biggest worry going in was after being hooked so much was, man, is this movie going to be able to pay off? There's so much good in this movie. A lot of times those movies have bad endings and you're like, but this movie, I thought it had a great ending, and I'm not going to even come close to spoiling anything because it was just a movie that took me by complete surprise. It's so rare nowadays that I'm taken so surprised. I could not predict this movie. It was so unpredictable. As far as I know, it's not based on anything. If it is, I don't know anything about what it's based on. The biggest pro to this movie, though, besides the storyline, because the writing to this movie is amazing, great dialogue, great story points, but the casting. Michael Shannon, man, every time that guy's on screen, he's just a powerhouse. He has this intimidating presence, this face, the things he does with his eyes, where you're just like, I want to see that guy more. Adam Driver, coming off of being Kylo Ren in Star Wars, plays a very different character. You know, he's not some evil lightsaber wielding guy, although I think they throw a nod into it at one point because he's like interrogating somebody and he talks about a red saber or something. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Anyways, that's taken completely out of context, but my point is, he was great casting in this. Joel Edgerton has a little bit of a smaller role, but he's also very good. And Kirstin Dunst, who I haven't seen in a long time, I thought she was pretty good in this movie. None of these actors did I really see the actors while they were in the movie. I saw their characters, and that is just a nod to their acting ability because it was awesome. And the other aspect besides the cast and the acting and the story is just the feeling that came over me while I was watching this movie. It's the first movie in a long time that I felt a childlike feeling of wonderment or whatever the word would be. Just some sort of, there were so many scenes in this movie where I was just watching and was forgetting I was watching a movie and I was just in awe and I was just like, whoa. Cool. I can tell this movie's going to have a special place in my heart in the future. I'm definitely buying this movie when it comes out. And in the end, I got to give this movie marriage material. It kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I didn't want it to end, and I got to make everyone see this. Also, if you have seen the trailers, you know this kid has some sort of power. What is it? I'm not going to tell you. But if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk about it. For me, it'd be time travel. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please click the I above and watch more of my movie reviews if you can handle it. Go.